Hi. I wanted to. Uh, oh. Did it? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. It just stopped me a little bit. Today I wanted to talk about timing. Okay. Now, I've been on this journey since I want to say the last 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 7 years. Okay. Um, but more intensely the last I want to say maybe 3.5 years. Um, and what I've learned during this time is that uh, when I reflect back on it, that all this yelling from that music, um, good music, but it's just really, really loud, especially to be like this early in the morning. But anyhow, so what I learned by reflecting through this time is that I was already being trained for this task at him from the time I was born. Not even, I remember in elementary when I wrote this, I kept reading these books and I started reading, and it was like saying, this is like in the early, I think, 90s, and it was talking about how Social Security would run out in like 20, it said the anticipated was going to be 2040, but the real time was going to be 2030. And I wrote this paper and I was talking about how a lot of people in the US, who was supposed to be, this mega country, is going to be going through all this crazy stuff. And I used to get teased a lot about it. And yeah, people weren't receptive to me. Not only that, but me seeing it most of my life, and I didn't want to be a part of it because I got rejected so much of it. But fast forward to like when I was in high school, I made this paper and I got a scholarship, and it was the Donald. It's so funny. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. Right hand to God. I had this. It was the scholarship. It was called the Donald Trump Scholarship. Okay, so he gave this scholarship away. There was 5 scholarships, and it was like $5,000, and it was writing about the experiences that impacted you or something like that. So I started writing about what went on in my life, and not only that, what my cause and my purpose was going to be. And it was always talking about, the lower class and how the economy is going to, change, and how we need to try to regain stability in our country, right? I thought I wasn't going to get it, but I actually won that scholarship. It's so crazy. I won that scholarship. We had this little banquet, and not all of us, it was like 5 scholarships from each school. But out of that, it was like, I want to say like, was it like 5 of us? It was one from each school. We ended up meeting Donald Trump. So I was one of those people, right? And as I'm sitting here talking to this man, right? And he was talking about all the stuff, and he was talking about, uh, he wasn't even talking about America. He was talking about the Miss America pageant and all this other stuff. So I told him that, he's going to be president one day. You know what you said on Oprah? You're going to be a president one day. So he started laughing. He said, the day I'm president is the day that you're going to be Miss America. And everybody was just like laughing. And I looked at it and I was like, at the end, I was like, yeah, right. Because I'm not going to be, I was very, very smart. I was very attractive, but I wasn't really, I'm really tomboyish, tomboyish. But anyhow, so I was like, well, I guess it's going to happen. I guess I'm going to be Miss America, right? So fast forward, all this stuff just started happening. And now I look at it now and I have to have like this huge aha moment. And it's like, okay, I get it. God really was up to something. He knew what he's doing. But anyhow, that makes me go back into timing. At that time, I didn't think that that was possible, and neither did he. But if you look at it now, we're able to receive it because years have passed and things have changed and shifted. So I understand the process of timing. Um, when I was going through this whole situation, I thought it was the worst thing on earth. Okay, but what did I going out of it and seeing it now? I see that I a lot of things I came out golden in. With my health, I no longer look to other people. I don't have health insurance, okay? I will never have health insurance. I don't care if they give it to me for free. I will never have it. Um, Not to say that there are not good doctors out there or anything like that. I just choose for myself to be responsible of my health. I choose to be responsible. Um, if it was like a couple of years ago, I would say no. I would be still paying my deductibles and all that, and going through that. But time showed me um, things that I needed to do to better myself and to wake up and to see um, what I'm called to do, and to live out that. Um, Another thing with this whole timing thing, a lot of people weren't receptive to what I was saying when I was a kid, of me being a helper or being a professional helper. Now, when I show them my business cards and they see what I do, now people are looking at it like, oh, they understand. But it's not up to them to understand. I had to learn that too. But that's another thing that I had to learn with time. Time is the revealer and the healer of a lot of things, and God is the author of time. What else? With my whole teeth, if you look at it, now it looks so much better. Going through that whole process when I didn't have a dentist and people weren't trying to touch or do anything, and then we had people who were acting like they were dentists and they were doing so much crazy stuff, I thought that I would never get my smile back. But now I'm about to get freaking braces and all that. My teeth is getting cleaner. I had to take more responsibility of myself to learn things that I wouldn't know about health with your teeth if I didn't have, the dentist. What if you can't make those dentist visits? Not only that, with wounds, when I went through this and I was working at Nestle and I got hit by a car and I had those 5 linear fractures, I had to learn, even though my grandmother taught me how to do certain stuff, I had to relearn, reteach myself how to pack wounds better, how to do that. Not only that, the welfare system would not help me, even though, I couldn't get short-term disability or anything, so I had to fend for myself. So I had to learn how to relearn how to budget off of a budget that you don't have anything on. It's good to have budgets, but what if you start, you dwindle down and you have nothing? You spend everything accurately. What happens then? I learned that, and all of this came with timing. It was something that I could never get. I could never learn in a textbook. I could never learn in a classroom. I could never learn by someone preaching it to me. I learned it the natural, good way through time. And that's what I want to give to you. Today is talking about time and timing. And a lot of people are going through these stages that is like these funky kind of stages, and God is trying to call you and pull you out into a lot of different things and to venture and to find the greatest gift in you. And you're so busy trying to hold back and think about what others think about you, what you feel society will do to you if you come out and you state your truth, if you tell the truth, if you state the truth. And when you see when God is showing you behind the scenes, behind the veil, what is really going on, that you are able to be flexible and adapt and to maneuver and get to the place that you need to be and what you're called to be. So there is no coincidence if you're looking at this. There's no coincidence that you're looking at this. Everything happens in divine order. Everything happens with time. Whether you accept the challenge that is at hand or not, everything happens in divine timing. And now, like I said, now that I reflect back on my life and I look at it, I thought it was the worst thing on earth. But now that I reflect back on it, it gave me all the lessons that I could never do. Timing. This time, and this is my wilderness time. I kid you not. I ended up going into platforms, into arenas that I would never be able to do because I never had that education or the degrees to go into it. But it was God's will and God's timing to do so. And God led me. I didn't just, God led me through this. It was a lot of attacks. It was a lot of things that I didn't know about, the whole field of it, but God walked me through it. And like I said, if you're looking at this, it might be God just telling you, I won't say it might be, it is God letting you know that whatever you're called to do, whatever you're chose or assigned to do, to be in this world, now is the time to do it. Don't rely on the past, and don't rely on what you see, because that's not always true. It's always designed to change. Everything that you see is destined to change. Even how I'm destined to change. Every single second, our molecules are moving around and doing something funky different. It's never the same, okay? So take this time. Everything goes with time. Take this time and just use it wisely. Use it wisely, because it could be shaping your well, not it could. It will be shaping your destiny. It is shaping your destiny, step by step by step. So understand time and make time work for you. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Definitely stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. And if you do want to help, please inbox me. I will definitely give you the link to help. And we are still raising funds to build Patricia's Sanctuary, which is a shelter and a transitional house for women with mental illness and recovering from drug abuse. So definitely support. If you can't, support by just visiting or sharing with someone else. Somebody else might need it. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Stay tuned. Thanks.